I'm joined by the Secretary General of the African National Congress, Mr. Mbalula, who has just addressed scores of mourners, touching on a number of issues, touching on the issue of the ANC, of course, campaigning. We know it's election season, touching on service delivery concerns such as electricity and load shedding, mentioning there that the Minister for Electricity and ANC NEC member, Magoebaskloof, is also amongst the mourners who have descended upon the sports fields. Let me bring in the Secretary General of the ANC, Mr. Mbalula. Thank you very much for your time. You've addressed the mourners. Obviously, as the ANC, it is a devastating period.
Yes, this is a devastating period. We are here to bid farewell to our comrades, our volunteers who passed away on their way to 112th anniversary of the ANC. As we bid farewell to them, we need to remind ourselves about the commitments we have made in that January 8 statement, that this is the year of working for victory, and what are the tasks that face us as an organization that we need to perform to ensure that the ANC does good and well for the people of South Africa.
Thank you very much. And obviously, you've also encouraged your supporters to work and support these families of their loved ones. SG.
These are ANC members who passed away here. Silo spoke on behalf of the families, and we have lost our comrades. We have lost volunteers who left their homes going to celebrate with us in Mbombela, and to renew our spirits about remembering these comrades. The most important thing is what do they stand for, and at the same time, what are the tasks that we are facing and the challenges and how to overcome them. These comrades were full of hope. The fact that you can live as far as Limpopo to go to Mbombela. You know, in Mbombela, there are people who could not even get inside. We only realized when we were there, because we catered for just a small number of people, that so many people came from all walks of life outside Mpumalanga to come and celebrate 112 years of the African National Congress. So the honor we can give these comrades, it's not just victory, but at the same time, it is about working for the people and overcoming the difficulties and the challenges we are facing. And the fact that they had hope in their organization that it will do well, and they wanted to demonstrate their support by being present at the celebrations.
And you're mentioning challenges that the movement is facing, and you've touched on election-related matters while you were addressing the mourners that have gathered here at the East 11 Sports Ground. We understand also, Secretary General, that today, as this funeral is taking place, former President Jacob Zuma is with the MK party visiting comrades at Malamulele. What's your reaction to that? You've mentioned Mr. Zuma a number of times on your address to the mourners.
No, I didn't mention Mr. Zuma a number of times. I mentioned him once. I said we did nothing to him, and as a result, what I can say about him present here is that he's going to become part and parcel of our elections DNA, to understand that he's on the other side. So it cannot be all the time whenever he's around where we are, for whatever reasons, we then get, concerned about that. He's got a political party to support and to campaign for. And we've got to be concerned about what the ANC does for the people. So I simply mentioned that in one word to say we did nothing to him. And the fact of the matter, I say, President Ramaphosa is his time to lead, and he deserves all the support, like all other presidents. It doesn't mean that those who led before him did not have challenges.
So you are not concerned at all that he's campaigning in Limpopo? We know it's an ANC stronghold.
Everybody campaign everywhere, every day. And there are many political parties that campaign and so on. So we have not started our campaign. So our campaign will be launched on the 24th. Former President Zuma has got the right to be everywhere, wherever he wants, in terms of his party and his direction that he has taken. So I think the ANC, in terms of his standing, will reflect on that and take a decision. Because he says he's still a member of the party and all of that, we've got to address ourselves to that as an organization. That's all. Otherwise, from a point of view of party affiliation and membership, it's quite clear that he decided to leave, and he has left, and he supports a different party other than the ANC.
When can we expect a full-on decision by the NEC? Because it is the statement rather that they made, that the president made, that he is still a member of the ANC, but that he is campaigning for the MK. When will the public get a clear, straight answer? And what is the ANC? How is the ANC rather going to handle this going forward?
I've said this on behalf of the ANC many times, that the ANC will pronounce on that, and I think whenever it meets in the NEC, it will deal with that, because it's not a matter that you need to leave it hanging on. When somebody says, if he left, and then he said, no, I'm leaving, I'm supporting MK party, it is a case closed. But when somebody says, I've left, but I'm still a member, I'm staying in this organization, and I'm not leaving wholly, and part of me is gone in terms of the vote, but I'm still a member. I mean, obviously the party will pronounce itself in relation to that. But for the fact that he's gone out and mobilizing against us and all of that, we'll meet on the ground in terms of rebutting the things that he says whenever it is necessary. There's no self-respecting party that spends time on the opposition when we are an incumbent. President Zuma was a president in this country. It's not like he was not. He governed, he led for a specific time. And therefore, we can't be spending time on reflecting on him and all of that. Obviously, distortions that are made will be rectified as we go on. But we are concerned about our agenda, what the ANC has committed to the people of this country. And that is what is important. And we are not going to allow ourselves to be diverted. The sooner, the better, when the ANC meet, clarify his standing in the party in relation to its statutes, the constitution, and all of that, the better, which the NEC will do. We are done now with January 8, and then we will deal with that matter and lay it to rest. All what I said today is that we did nothing to President Zuma. We didn't expel him from the party. All the doors were open always for him to engage with us. He chose the path he has chosen. Only him and him alone can explain it.
Thank you very much for your time. Secretary General of the African National Congress, that's Fikile Mbalula, saying that as the African National Congress, they will not necessarily prevent Mr. Jacob Zuma from campaigning. We know that today he is in the area of Malamulele, saying that any distortions, and I quote, distortions that have been made will be rectified by the party, assuming that he is speaking to a decision that perhaps maybe the ANC-NEC needs to make with regards to Jacob Zuma's membership. In the meantime, the funeral here at the East Lebanon sports field of the 5 ANC members who sadly lost their lives when their bus tumbled down an embankment is still continuing. The funeral program will now see members of the ANC as well as the families headed towards 3 different burial sites.